All right, good afternoon, everyone. It is March 18th, and it's 2 p.m. Welcome to the Curry County Board of Commissioners meeting. And I will call to order this meeting, and please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, amendments and approval of the agenda. I have two amendments. The first I'd like to put under discussion action items. We can make that F, and that's a declaration of emergency related to the flood event and storm over the weekend. And then the other we can put under, or I think we can put it under consent agenda, which we could put K, and that would be amending order 23536, which is interim finance authority. That's signing authority.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as amended.
Are we doing just the agenda entirety?
The consent agenda, or the entire agenda?
You're
Yeah,
addressing the agenda,
Yeah.
right?
Do you have an amendment? Mm-mm. Those were just the two that I had. One to consent and one to.
No, I know, he said to consent agenda, but I think you're amending the entire agenda.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I'll move to approve the
Amendments.
amendments to the agenda.
Okay.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. Next up is public comments. Nobody? Anybody?
Do you have something to say? You do not.
You sure? This is kind of weird. Just saying. All right. Commissioner comments. Patrick?
No, I don't have anything at this time.
Jay?
One thing that's, it is pertinent information that's coming up, was just confirmed this morning. We will be having a meeting with the director, the incoming director of the BLM, the first week of April, before she is appointed into her role, or confirmed, I guess, into her role. So,
When you say we,
Curry County, this was actually spearheaded by Ray, our consultant. He had a previous relationship with her 'cause she's from the gas and energy industry. So he had worked with her on different projects and ports and things of that nature. And so he asked if he could set up something for us and for ONC.
that would be great.
So on that meeting, it's so it'll be ONC leadership, myself on that meeting, and so hopefully we can get her brought up to speed prior to her confirmation, and then we can hopefully see some action from that.
Yeah, and I've been in communication with Ray on a fairly regular basis lately too, and he's based off of that as well. We're also looking to see about setting up a meeting with the Department of Agriculture as well, since they oversee the Forest Service also. So,
Good deal. Anything else?
That's all.
The only comments I had were related to the storm over the weekend, but I'll save those for that discussion action item since we added it. We'll move into consent agenda.
no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I said now I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. All right, we have 3 public hearings this evening. So bear with us on these. The first public hearing is amending Article 8, Division 1, imposing a transient lodging tax.
And again, I have to recuse myself from this as it is a actual conflict of interest for me.
Okay. So I will open the public hearing. This is a public hearing before the Board of Commissioners conducted pursuant to ORS 203.045, procedure for adopting ordinance. Do I have a motion to open the hearing?
I'll move to open the hearing.
And I will second it. All in favor?
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 2-0. The hearing is now open at 2:06 p.m. The ordinance shall be read by title only unless a full reading is requested by a member of the board.
Do you do the reading? Because I will request a full reading. If that.
No, that would be you.
You made the motion.
That would be
No,
you.
I'm good.
Yeah. So since there isn't one, I will read Section 1 and the title. The ordinance shall be known as ordinance number 25-01 and may be cited as ordinance amending Article 8, Division 1 of Curry County Code to reflect an increased transient lodging imposition rate. And then Section 3, the ordinance amends Article 8, Division 1, Section 8.01.031 of Curry County Code to reflect an increase imposition rate of the Curry County Transient Lodging Tax. Previously, the rate imposed was 7%. Upon the effective date of this ordinance, the rate imposed shall be 10%. Are there any public comments? Hearing none, can I get a motion to approve the second reading and adoption of the ordinance amending Article 8, Division 1 of the Curry County Code to reflect an increased transient lodging tax imposition rate?
I'll move to approve the second reading and adoption of the ordinance amending Article 8, Division 1 of Curry County Code to reflect the increased transient lodging tax imposition rate.
And I will second it. All in favor?
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 2-0. The hearing is now closed at 2:08 p.m. All right, next up is, this is amending Article 2, Division 1, Ambulance Service Area of Curry County Code. So this too is a public hearing. This is a public hearing before the Board of Commissioners conducted pursuant to ORS 203.045, procedure for adopting ordinance. Do I have a motion to open the hearing?
I'll make a motion to open the hearing for amending Article 2, Division 1, Ambulance Service Area for Curry County.
I'll second it. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. The hearing is now open at 2:09 p.m. The ordinance shall be read by title only unless a full reading is requested by a member of the board. The ordinance shall be known as ordinance number 25-02 and may be cited as ordinance amending Article 2, Division 1 of Curry County Code to reflect amendments to the franchise terms. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we have any public comments? Can I get a motion to approve the first reading of the ordinance amending Article 2, Division 1 of Curry County Code to reflect amendments to the franchise terms?
I'll make a motion to approve the first reading of the ordinance.
And I'll second it. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. This hearing is now closed at 2:10 p.m. And then the final one is a public hearing before the Board of Commissioners conducted pursuant to ORS 198.857, annexation without election by petition of landowner. Do I have a motion to open this hearing?
I'll make a motion to open the hearing for the petitions for annexation into fire protection districts.
I'll second.
Motion and a second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. The hearing is now open at 2:11 p.m. We have 3 annexations into a fire protection district. The first is 25-02. The owner is Cropper into the Gold Beach Wedderburn Fire Protection District. The next is 25-03. Owner is Cropper into the Gold Beach Wedderburn Fire Protection District. And the third is 25-04. Owner is Mau, M-A-U, into the Gold Beach Wedderburn Fire Protection District. Does any of the owners wish to speak? Hearing none, do we have any public comments? Hearing none, is there a motion?
You want me to do these?
That's fine.
I'll move to approve the petition for annexation, BOC annexation number 25-02.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, motion is second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0.
I'll move to approve petition for annexation, BOC annexation number 25-03.
I'll second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0.
And I'll move to approve the petition for annexation to BOC annexation number 25-04.
And I'll second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. And at 2:12 p.m., this hearing is now closed. All right, now we will move into discussion action items. Let's see. First up is the Harbor Love for 4th fireworks. Miranda?
Thank you, Miranda Plagge, Economic Development Administrator. So really we're here to sort of talk about the transition of the Love Your 4th Fireworks Fund Administration to Curry County. So I typed something up. In an effort to sustain the beloved July 4th fireworks tradition in Brookings Harbor, Curry County is assuming the fund administration for the annual Love Your 4th celebration. Historically, the city of Brookings managed the financial side of this event, but as of February 2025, it agreed to hand off the responsibility to the county. This shift is largely due to the city's capacity constraints and increasing demands of staff. The Love Your 4th Fireworks Show is a staple to the community event that has been a local tradition for decades, bringing together residents and visitors in a safe, coordinated celebration each Independence Day. By taking on the administration role, Curry County aims to ensure the continuity of this cherished event while leveraging its resources to improve planning and oversight. So some of the key benefits of the involvement for the county ensures the event continuity again. The oversight will prevent any disruption in planning or execution, keeping the long-standing tradition alive for years to come. The county's timely involvement, especially under tight planning deadlines, helps maintain momentum so the community never has to face a year without its fireworks show. We want to support local economy. The event drives a significant tourism and visitor spending, of course, which benefits local businesses, restaurants, and hotels in the Brookings Harbor area. In fact, the fireworks show is spearheaded and supported by volunteers and local businesses who sponsor the event, underlining how intertwined it is with the local economy. A successful 4th of July celebration means increased foot traffic and revenue for small businesses during this holiday period. Some of the strengths: community engagement. By taking on an active role, the county helps foster a greater sense of unity and shared purpose. The Love Your 4th event isn't just about fireworks. It's a community-driven tradition that unites residents and families. We also aim to improve financial transparency and efficiency. With Curry County's experience with economic development, the staff that manages the successful program of Travel Curry Coast will oversee funds which include Structured financial management and clear accountability. This will reduce the administrative strain on the volunteer organizers of Love Your Fourth and instill confidence in local sponsors and the public that funds are managed prudently by Travel Creek Coast and the county. Some of the leverages that we hope to establish with partnerships. The county will be working hand in hand with the nonprofit Love Your Fourth organization, which has an existing donor base and experience in raising funds for this event. This partnership means the enthusiastic community fundraising efforts, spearheaded again by the Love Your Fourth group, continue while the county provides additional oversight and support. In essence, the county's involvement bolsters the nonprofit's work, helping with administrative tasks and coordination so that fundraising dollars go further and the event runs smoothly. We also want to maintain high-quality fireworks display. The renowned Western Display Fireworks Ltd., which was in the packet, that contract will remain the pyrotechnics provider, ensuring the show's quality and compliance with all regulations. Western Display is the only fireworks company capable of meeting the specific regulatory and logistical requirements for the Harbor Show. Given their expertise and regional experience, by securing this proven vendor, the county guarantees that spectators will enjoy the same spectacular professional fireworks display that they have come to expect, all while adhering to the safety standards and permitting rules. And really, this is minimal financial impact to the county. Importantly, this transition does not impose significant new costs on the county's budget. This event is largely financed through donations, sponsors, and the efforts of the Love Your Fourth nonprofit. Creek County's contribution remains very limited. Essentially, the existing Travel Creek Coast sponsorship of $5,000, managed by Economic Development Department. All other event expenses are covered by funds raised in the community or by partner contributions, so the county's general fund is not affected. In short, the county provides leadership and administrative help with the community-driven funding model continues to carry the financial weight of the celebration. Really just asking for approval as the signature authority on the contract to move forward with the fireworks show.
Thank you, Miranda. Discussion?
It's a big undertaking.
It is.
There's a lot going on with that. Did you get any feedback from the port in terms of them assisting in any capacity?
So I did actually email, and he emailed back saying that he would support us in any way. He's already set aside the spaces needed for the fireworks show, but they were not interested in sort of doing the administrative role. So, but they are happy to partner with us again.
They'll be busy enough
Yes,
that night, all hands on deck to get through that. This is a good step, I think, for the county to be more involved in that. I think that's a great partnership.
I agree.
And it also makes more sense for the county to be doing it. It's happening in the county, not in the city of Brookings. They can raise funds over there, but it's always been weird because the city of Brookings was sort of like kind of shoved into a position of responsibility outside of their city limits. So it just was not always workable. But this is a great thing for economic development. It's a huge, as you know, it's a huge night for every business in that part of the county.
Mm-hmm.
It is. We've already heard from a few lodging facilities that they're already booked on that day. So it is a very important day for economics.
Oh, it's huge. Well,
Discussion, Patrick?
No, I think it's great. 4th of July is a huge time around here. It's my favorite holiday, and I always look forward to it every year. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Thanks, Miranda. And of course, my position on it is the impact to our businesses is
Yeah, it's great.
very critical. It's always well attended, and the people who live here and our county residents have an expectation that that's a night they look forward to and enjoy. So
Yes, they do.
whatever we can do to continue it, I support it.
Yep.
well, then I'll move to move forward with the county taking responsibility on this and giving signature authority to the Economic Development Administrator.
I'll second.
The motion is second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. Next up is a sale of canine patrol vehicle. Ted, that's you?
So we've been working with City of Brookings Police Department regarding their dog program. They reached out to us because they have one dog and they were standing up the program again and they wanted to expand it. And have two dogs. In order to do that, in order to do that, they want to they need vehicles to be able to get the as the dogs come into service. So we happen to have two unused canine patrol vehicles at this time. We don't have a dog program, and there's no expectation of having one. Those two they're older, high mileage vehicles, the Explorers, and the City of Brookings has asked that we either lend or lease those vehicles to them in the short term so they can get their dogs in process. They've got one dog that's in service right now. They've got their next drug dog is coming. He's graduated. She's graduating. Maybe she or he, I'm not sure. Graduating this week from that, and then there's going to be some more training going on. But in order to get those dogs out and doing their job, they would like to use those Explorers, and then they would also like to either purchase or have us lend long term to Durangos that we have they're not canine set up. The two Explorers are, but the Durangos are lower mileage vehicles, and they will need several months to get those things tooled up and get them outfitted for the canine work. I believe they'd prefer that we sell them to them. Sell them to them for Blue Book values. We've got the values in here, and that would allow them if we lend them to it, they're gonna wrap the vehicles. If they buy them, they're gonna paint them for a longer term investment. The outlook for the Explorers too is one of those Explorers. Once they're through using them in the short term, they'd like to retain the Explorer as an admin vehicle. So I think it would. In our talks, they've committed that if we work with them, they will make those dogs available to every law enforcement agency within the county as needed. And I think that's a really integral part of law enforcement, especially now that we are able to go after drugs in a more effective way here very recently. So I think I would recommend that this is a great investment of county's surplus assets at this time.
Well, it's really good to see that program expanding. It's really good to see that they are back in the drug enforcement business. And I shouldn't say back in, I'm sure that they were, but they've got some more teeth behind it legally now, and it's nice to see that they're using that resource to go after drug trafficking, and BPD is already doing a lot for South County. I know they continue to cover calls and help every way they can. So I mean I absolutely support helping them any way we can to continue those efforts. And like I said, it's great to see that canine program expanding, and having that resource available to the entire county is an added benefit.
Agreed. Director Fitzgerald, there's 4 vehicles listed in here. Are these just the 4 that are available, and they are wanting to choose 2?
These are the 4 are contemplated. The 2 Explorers are contemplated for a land program. They're not being used by us now. They're canine vehicles. We don't have a canine program, but they're high mileage vehicles. They aren't a long-term setup for them. They're going to use them they would like to use them as a transition while they get the Durangos that they're purchasing from us. You see, so the 2019 and 2017 Explorers would be lent, while the 2020 Durangos, both of them are 2020s, they've got substantially lower mileage. There's 76 and 74,000 respectively. Those are going to be uploaded with canine
Equipment.
hardware, right? And so those are the ones they'd be purchasing from us. They're just trying to get back into the dog business in the most cost-effective way that they can.
Okay.
Does the county, besides just Brookings and what they do down there, and maybe working out a contract with them to be able to use their dogs up here for the county or for the sheriff if they ever need a dog for calls and that kind of thing?
Part of this agreement is every, not just the county, every law enforcement agency in the county, Port Orford South.
Okay,
Will be able to have access to the use of these dogs with their handlers.
Excellent. Okay, that's great.
Is there a motion?
Yes, I'll make a motion to approve the canine patrol vehicles to Brookings Police Department.
I'll second it. So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. Next up is a letter, a support letter for Cape Blanco Heritage Society.
I think it's a nice thing to do. It's part of our history. It's a huge tourist attraction. And I think providing them any support that we can give them so that they can achieve their goals and keep up on everything that they need to keep up on with the facilities out there, I think is
Yeah.
a good thing.
Yep. Yeah, 100%. Jay, discussion? No. Motion?
I'll make a motion to approve a support letter for the Cape Blanco Heritage Society.
All right, I can second it. The motion is second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. Next up is a support letter for Port of Brookings Harbor. Ted, do you have the information on that?
Yeah. So this is, Port of Brookings Harbor is asking for your support for additional funding for their wastewater treatment plant. They're looking for, to get some grant funding for the additional matching funds for their grant. So because it's an awful big expenditure, but it's also integral to the development of that part of the unincorporated area. So that's where the wastewater treatment plant has been planned to go. I would recommend it. I think it's going to be good for the unincorporated part of Curry County south of the Chetco River.
Okay. Discussion?
No.
Jay?
I'll make a motion then to approve a support letter for the Port of Brookings Harbor.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. Next up, Ted, I think this is you, Curry Public Transit District contract extension.
Yes, we have asked, we'd like to ask ODOT to extend, well, we have asked ODOT to extend our contract, or to allow us to extend our contract with Curry Public Transit so that we can get the audit and so forth, all the documentation that we need to get caught up with the current situation. The way it is, the person who runs Curry Public Transit's out of the area for a short time, but she will be back. But in the meantime, I've been working with Keena on this, and we just have a few items to clean up with them, and then so that we can extend the contract through March 31st, 2025. And at that point, we are going to do between now and then, we will be putting out an RFP to consider offers for anybody who's qualified to handle that service. Right, odds are it's going to still be Curry Public Transit, but we've, it's a state mandate that we put this out for public bid, so we're doing that and working with ODOT as we do that.
Okay, discussion?
No discussion.
All right, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the Curry Public Transit District contract extension.
Second?
Motion is second. All in favor?
Yes.
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. Next up is the added item, which is the declaration of emergency. As everyone is aware, in the county, we had a severe rain event over the weekend that really impacted Central and North County the worst. I know where I was at, our power went out for almost, it was about 20 hours. It's quite a while. So there were a lot of people felt the impacts of this storm. I've also had some conversations with some property owners where they lost some of their crops, they lost some of their equipment that they needed for their farming and some of their other business. And Ted, I know you've had a lot of direct involvement in this from the road department perspective. What were some of your observations?
Mostly it's getting reports from the road department. They've been on the job in all parts of the county all weekend, and I think we had at least a dozen pretty major sites. We've got substantial damage up on the road. We've had flooding there at Lobster Creek. We had flooding to the south. Toward the mouth. We have major outage on Flores Creek Road up at, I believe, the 9 Mile, maybe, either 7 or 9, and then we also 6's River Road is shut down at either the 7 or the 9, and these are pretty. Culverts got plugged from the water event moving material in, and then kind of jumped and created one big flow, which I think I want to say the Flores Creek Road is about a 50-foot drop. It's a big deal. So anyway, we're looking at all those. There's also a lot of material down, but we assume that this is going to be based on the damage that we sustained and farther north, the stuff that happened. We assume this is going to be a emergency event for the state. People are asking the governor at this time. That's what this declaration of emergency is for. And we also, we need to be aware that more weather is coming. I think we actually got off easy. The first report I heard was that the road was going to crest today, and so we got a bonus there when it crested on Sunday.
And we have a wind event. We have a wind. I think it's an advisory or a warning we just got recently. So I agree. I don't think it's over. I was in communication with our emergency manager, Jeff Hughes, over the weekend and yesterday as well. He's been out assessing the various areas that have been impacted. And we put out a press release yesterday for those impacted that have had damage, directing them on how to proceed and documenting that. And of course, as we experience further weather events over the next couple days, you can reach out to our emergency manager, Jeff Hughes, who can answer any questions related to that, or see the press release on our website. Further discussion?
No, it was quite an event. It was pretty devastating for a lot of people. Had a lot of damage done.
The farther north in the county, the worse. The Chetco was pretty under control.
Yeah. I know our adjoining counties were impacted pretty bad too. They've got quite a few issues still.
Yeah, I've got friends who live in Drain, and that entire city flooded. Pretty nasty. And then I came home a day early from my other business stuff this weekend because our property flooded pretty bad. Culverts couldn't handle it. And spent a couple days digging mud and rocks and cleaning, and not fun.
I will say I did get the notice from Jeff as well, and it was nice to know that he was actively on it
Yep.
during the event.
Yep.
That was kudos to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, well, if there's no further discussion, I'll make a motion to approve the resolution to declare a local emergency.
I'll second.
The motion and a second, all in favor?
Yes.
And yes, motion passes 3-0. So next up, public safety update. There is no one here from the sheriff's office to provide that update, so we will move on to Director of County Operations update.
The only real update that I have beyond what we've talked about is I did put out a little notice to the public on our Facebook page on Friday, just to verify that regarding our meeting with the budget committee and how we had spent, we'd met one-on-one with the department heads for all the departments, including all the elected, well, not all the electeds, but almost all of them. And I just wanted to say that everybody, even though the budget was tight, everybody has performed, every department has performed within those constraints, and it's admirable that everybody was able to do that and got it done, got us through a year. So I just wanted to take my hat off to everybody in this who works at the county for doing that.
All right?
It was a big undertaking, and I will say, it was good to see, you and Nick and Rabia and Commissioner Hollinger was in there as well on occasion, just kind of trying to get both hands around this budget. There's no better way to do it than with
No, I'd say that
going through that.
Commissioner Hollinger he got a crash course in how this place works. So that was, and he was asking a lot of questions about. He was like, "What's this?" And we're like, "Oh, that's super weird. Let me explain it to you."
What was nice and what I recognized in that, with Nick and Rabia and Ted was in meeting with each of the department heads individually and trying to, again, go through all of their budgets. It was a very non-threatening, non-intimidating environment, I would have to say, and that made it very successful. And so I give a lot of credit to you guys for picking up a big undertaking and continuing to push the ball forward, because last year it was a completely different scenario, and I think the new approach this year went a long way with all the departments, so good job.
Thanks. All right, anything else? Nothing? All right. Elected official update, Patrick?
I know in our consent agenda, we kind of have a chance to preview a lot of our packet before the meeting, and it is available to everyone publicly as well on our website. But I know a lot of folks don't go through almost 300 pages worth of packet material before they voluntarily want to listen to one of our meetings. But one of the items in our consent agenda is actually through our juvenile department, and that is an open to the public event, and it's called Tall Cop. His name's Jermaine Galloway, and on September 9th from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Gold Beach High School gym, there's going to be this event where this gentleman is a national speaker on drugs and alcohol, and he comes in and does an education course with anybody who wants to come and attend to discuss drugs, alcohol, their effects, what to recognize, how to help. And I think it would be a great thing for us to attend and be a part of, and I definitely welcome the public to attend. And so I'm happy, and it's 100% grant funded that through Curry Juvenile Department. So go support them and what they do, and please attend.
Yep, that program's been around for a while. It's a really good program.
Yep.
Anything else?
That's all I have right at the moment.
Jay? No. So also, this packet, I think it was 200 and some pages. Also on our packet was a rate increase for CTR that was under consent agenda, and I see our friends from CTR are here. Enjoyed talking with you guys yesterday, as always, and appreciate everything you guys do, and appreciate your level of communication and your availability when we have issues. So thank you, CTR, for that, and look forward to our continued relationship. Much appreciated. And then the final thing that I have is there is a circus in town, and it's here in Gold Beach.
Going to tonight.
Yep.
Kids.
Are you riding the elephant?
I might just have to.
I'd like to get a picture of that if it's at all possible.
I thought he was referring to this meeting.
Just
Just kidding. Just kidding.
So, yeah, if you could have someone send a picture of that here, we'd appreciate it. So,
should I do it with each of my kids on each shoulder?
think-
Yeah, that sounds
Get into
safe.
the circus,
Yeah,
environment.
fling them around a little
Fling
bit.
them around, trapeze off the elephant.
all right. That's all I had. So go to the circus, have some fun, and be careful during this wind event and our ongoing weather issues. Thank you, everyone. Much appreciated. It's 2:42, and we'll conclude this meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.